Hello, gentlemen and ladies, Knife Detector here, and check out this beautiful knife. And when I ask a question, have you ever seen one of these? I'll bet you a lot of you guys have, because if you're like me and you love knives, then you know what a Schatt Morgan knife is. Watching my friend Jersey Knife Guy, one of his videos, he had a beautiful knife made by Schatt Morgan on a video he made recently, and that kind of inspired me and motivated me to make the purchase and just pull the trigger on a Schatt Morgan when I was perusing eBay. And when you watch this video, I will have already had this knife for a week, and in truth, I've already been carrying it in my pocket for a couple of days. This is a beautiful knife, guys. It's one of 30, number 13, Keystone Series, Wildcat Driller, 2-blade knife. It's a beautiful yellow smooth bone knife, and here you see here it's got that Keystone emblem. We have this beautiful thick blade, and I love the profile on this blade, and it's got the long pull nail neck, and then it has the short nail neck, and I believe it is 420 HC, 420 high carbon steel. I'm not 100% on that. This particular knife is interesting for a couple of reasons. Let me show you. See, we know Schatt Morgan is made by Queen, and there it says Queen DFC. And as far as I know, the DFC stands for Daniels Family Cutlery. So I believe I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be totally wrong. The Daniels Family Cutlery, I believe they might be the owners of Queen. And so if that's the case, then that might be why they put that as the emblem on this particular knife. All of those are assumptions. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Excuse me, pardon my stuttering there. I'm just so excited about this knife. I've been waiting for this one for a while. I bought it off an eBay seller, and the eBay seller told me that it had never been used, only carried. And I believe it, because this knife just has a few scratches that are like pocket scratches, very, very light scratches. You can barely even see them. You'd have to really, really try and focus your eyes in to see them. I did see a couple of nicks right in here in this section, but other than that, nothing major on this knife. Those of you with keen eyes probably already noticed that there is a crack in the bone, but I do not believe that that is something that happened as a result of somebody carrying it or dropping it. I believe that was done in the factory, and that it's a manufactured flaw. If you look at it, it is extremely polished around that crack. It doesn't look like it's going to fail at all. It looks like it's a good knife. Now, this knife right here does have a little bit of tarnish right here. That's what kind of leads me to believe that this is 420 high carbon steel. It is a version of stainless steel, but it is high carbon. So I think that this might be 420 HC. Not 100%, but I do know that from some reading that knives that have the DFC on them, that are Schatt Morgan, some of those knives were made in 2016 and 2017. So I believe this knife is it might be about 4 or 5 years old already. And I'm guessing that whoever had this did not carry it much, which brings me to my little rant here, or my philosophy towards this knife. Guys, I'm going to carry this one. You know, having a beautiful thing in your pocket or on your person a lot of times helps the hours of the day go by a little bit quicker. Have you ever heard the song by Paul Simon? She has diamonds on the soles of her shoes, and it's a good cure for the summertime blues, something like that. I'm sure I'm massacring the lyrics, but let's say you're having a not so great day, and you happen to put your hands in your pocket, and then you reach for this guy right here, and then you remember the wonderful feeling you get from being a collector, where you got it, and that you've saved for it for a while, and that this is something that you like very much. It may brighten up your day, you know. So because of that reason, and because I think I deserve it, I'm going to carry this knife. This knife is not going to be a safe queen. This knife is not going to be put away only to be looked upon and polished. This knife is going to come with me to work. It's going to come with me when I'm out about with the family. I'm going to carry this in my pocket, and I even made a sheath for it. I am not an expert sheath maker. I am amateur at best. Those of you that know my videos know I made one recently for my brother. Sad story with that. When I gave it to my brother, he gave the belt loop a pull, just to check for reliability. And one of the rivets that I put there snapped off. And I felt terrible about that. Absolutely terrible about that. I didn't notice at first because he snapped it back into place, so I wouldn't see, because he was being really nice and really sweet, and he did not want me to feel bad, so he snapped it back into place. But my ears caught something, so I called him back about 10 minutes later, and I go, "Bro, were my ears deceiving me, or did I hear a rivet pull out when you pulled it?" And then he admitted to it. So, of course, I picked it right back up at his house, and I fixed it, and I got it back to him with some stronger rivets that I included in there. So I did make a sheath for this knife. I did not use rivets in it. I just hand-stitched it. I think it's not fantastic looking. I don't make things usually for aesthetic reasons. I make them for functionality. And I'm going to show it at the end of this video. But let me just give a disclaimer. I do not sell these. I don't sell my sheaths. I only make them for personal use, or I might give it to a friend. Or if I happen to sell a knife, I might include a sheath I made with it. I've done that a couple of times only. I'm not saying this at all because I'm going to start selling them. I am not. But when I show it to you, some of you guys might think it's pretty cool. And please do not take offense if I, say I'm not going to be making one. I just do it for fun. But in any case, check out this beautiful knife. Look at that yellow bone. You can see just by looking at the bone, there's some very, very light scratches in there that came from somebody's pocket. And that's about it. Look at that beautiful keystone shield. Not a single problem with this side right here. There it says Queen DFC, USA. Right in there it says Schatt Morgan. And right here, of course, you have the Schatt Morgan and then Titusville, Pennsylvania. Beautiful knife. Right in there it says Schatt Morgan 1 of 30. And when I bought this, it said number 13, Keystone 1 of 30. I'm very happy to have this knife, guys. I wanted to share my joy with you. Remember, knife collecting is a fantastic hobby because not only does it activate memories from the past, but it also opens new potential windows into the future with regards to making friends and being together with like-minded individuals that share the same passion for cutlery that we do. So this is the Knife Detector, guys, signing off. If you've held on this far, in the last pictures of my video, I am going to show the sheath that I made. It's just for me, just for fun. But you are allowed to tell me what you think. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate you. God bless you. Have a wonderful week. And remember, keep your knives sharp, but keep your wits even sharper.